So we're dead in the water.
After spending thousands of dollars refreshening up the Patrol, we thought we were good to go. But in the middle of outback New South Wales, Paddy broke down. This is how we got here. Before any of this happened, Paddy was already off the road. The engine was showing signs of age after years of hard work. So it was finally time for a bit of TLC. The plan was simple: pull the engine apart, replace the head and put it all back together so the Patrol is ready for when Mum and Dad move up to Queensland. But what started as a simple freshen up quickly turned into a much bigger job.
So today we're down at Cavill's Performance and Matt over here is doing a little bit of work on the old Paddy. What are we doing to her?
Stopping it from blowing smoke.
She's a little bit of puff and belly these days, the poor old thing, but it's somewhere in the vicinity of 440,000 on the clock, and the speedo hasn't been working, so I'd estimate it could be 500,000.
So pulling it down anyway, it was in actually really good shape. So they're the pistons out of it. You actually haven't seen these yet?
No, I actually haven't seen that. Yeah, right.
You know, a bit of heat on the top, but the skirts are pretty good. The bores actually look really nice. So I've just measured these rings in the bores, and we're a little bit tight on thinking on future mods. So you're putting the bigger turbo on it.
Yes.
And
we're putting a bigger turbo on it.
And we got 19th hour ring gap on that top ring. Bottom ring's got 25, so bottom ring's fine. But I'm going to bring that top ring up to 21, just to allow a bit more heat. So you can put some more boost in if you please, or push it a little bit harder without the ring gap.
Did you guys hear that?
So what the problem you have with heat is that there's the ring gaps, as they heat up from the combustion, when you push them hard, they basically get bigger and they grow, so they get smaller, bigger and bigger and bigger, and then the ends butt and touch. And when they've got nowhere to go, like a railway track on a long day, they get snaky.
Yeah, right.
And they snap out the lands in the pistons. They'll snap these out, or they'll just grab in the bore and tear a bore apart. So
All the things that we don't want to happen.
yeah, so we'll just open them up just a little bit, give a bit of safety margin. Yeah, as for the engine condition, it's really good. The bearings that came out of it had a little bit of crush in them, had closed up a little bit from
I think you said lugging or something.
yeah. Yep. And then there was a bit of scuffing on the top face of the bearing, which are out there. We can have a look at those.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the bottom bearing, which has got a bit of scuffing on it. And if we sat them in the rods, they're not tight in the rod anymore. So because they've been impacted here, they've closed up. So when you push them in the rod, they don't nip into the rod.
Yeah,
they're just sort of a bit loose in there. Yeah, so here's one. This one's had a bit of shit go through it.
And we had cracks in the head too, Matt.
Yes, lots of them.
Lots of cracks. Again,
Which
not my fault.
that was to be expected. I expected it to be cracked.
Yeah, she was getting hot, the poor old thing.
Yeah, and you're losing a little bit of water.
Yes, water was evaporating out of the radiator on the big hauls up to Queensland on the big hills with about 2 tonne behind it. When it was really hot and working hard, we started to drop in the radiator. So this is where it was going.
Yeah, it must have been minuscule leak because there's no sort of watermarks in here, but it's got a lot of fine cracks, which...
New head.
Yeah, new head.
They'll fix that problem.
And we put valve stem seals on it a few years ago.
Yes.
And I did a leak down test and we found this back cylinder exhaust valve wasn't sealing properly.
That's right.
That's going to fix that problem as well.
It's dramatic scene time, sorry guys. What's going wrong, Matt?
Well, I've just put the new rings on the pistons. Right. It appears that the top, they're also slightly tapered too, but the top ring, you can see on the, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, you got the little mark there, that's your up mark. So it's got to point up. You can see this one I've put on, you can see the mark there. It's tight in the piston. Yeah. Which also coincides with the lugging marks on the bearing. So if it's been lugging, it's been pounding the top of the piston, and it's probably closed that
gap up.
And then the old rings were worn into it, so
They were able to still move, but these ones won't.
These ones won't.
So in true fashion of rebuilding an engine, we need new pistons.
yeah.
By this stage, Mum and Dad had already spent several thousands of dollars on parts alone. Unfortunately, the original pistons were beyond saving, so replacing them wasn't really a choice. It was essential. Dad also took the opportunity to upgrade to a UFI 18G turbo, with the original turbo suffering extensive dusting damage caused by a failing airbox. With the new pistons installed, a fresh head bolted on, and everything finally back together, weeks of hard work all come down to this moment. Would it actually run?
It's a goer. Yeah. It lives. Air out of it. We're happy. It runs. Really quiet. Really quiet, isn't it?
Alright, first road test.
First road test.
Sounds good.
Doesn't it?
How many boosties is it going?
Let's just pull up around 14-ish.
Yeah.
12, 13-ish, just there. It's just so smooth.
It is.
Sure this is a TD, you didn't change it out.
Boost gauge moment.
Just miles it off, doesn't it? Oh. It just keeps going.
With a few final checks completed, all that was left was to run the engine in and make sure everything was working as it should. A few days later, confidence was high. The patrol was loaded, the trailer was hooked up, and Mum and Dad were finally ready to begin their move north to Queensland. But just 1 hour into the journey, disaster struck. The temperature gauge was climbing, and before long, the kettle was boiling.
Hey guys, Mark and Lou here. Just on the side of the road in Toke in the bush where we camped last night. And I'll give Mark over to the camera to give you a rundown on why and what's happened.
And listen, that's what happened. Well, call us lucky, I guess. Or stupid, I don't know. So we packed up and we're into Queensland, didn't we? And here we are, stuck on the side of the road. So it's been pushing shitloads of water out the top there. So every 20 k's it pumps out like 3 or 4 litres. So Matt originally thought maybe the thermostat got stuck, so we pulled that out last night, and it wasn't the thermostat. It went from 70 degrees straight up to 110 degrees in about bloody 30 seconds. So I'm gonna pull the rocker cover. He wants me just to re-tension down the head bolts again, and this bloody thing's leaking because of course we pulled it off last night. Put some water in it and see if we can limp it back to Shep. We did a little checking with our insurance, and we are covered to get a tilt tray, come pick it up. So in the thoughts of not doing any more damage to the old thing, we've got a tow truck coming. That'll haul it back to Shep to Matt's to get fixed up. And bloody trucks, they're noisy as frig out here. My brother is coming down with his car to pick up the trailer, and we'll run it all back to Shep, and that way we don't do any further damage. Update 2. So we were going to get the truck, and now the truck's 6 to 8 hours away. So NRMA bloke came out. He doesn't think there's any water in the cylinders, so we're going to re-tension the head and take the load off. Brother's here, he's driving the trailer. We're going to take it with no load and run it back to Matt and go from there.
Alright Mark, what are we doing?
Trying to fix a TD again.
So we are currently at
We're back at Matt's,
Cavil's Performance.
where the engine got done. And what we might have is a really, really gummed up coolant system and radiator. So we've got a new radiator coming, new hoses coming.
And the colour that we had coming out of the hoses was a what colour?
Like a red, dark red brown.
Brownie sort of colour, isn't it?
So we're doing a flush right now. That's what we've just done.
Show you a picture of it, but there's none there.
Put the flush in.
That's going to be
Going to give it a flush and clean it all out. And then we'll, tomorrow, when the parts turn up, we'll go replace some parts, and fingers crossed, it might be all good.
So what's going on here?
Wow, it's a f***ing TD. It's a Nissan. It's a Nissan, that's what's wrong. No, actually, let me show you something. We were mucking around on it because it overheated, didn't it?
Yes.
After the mechanic,
Right.
and he discovered the heating system. Right.
And off we go.
Oh, cooling system, I should say.
Cooling system. Yeah. Well, it was a heating system.
It was, wasn't it? And the brown shit, yeah, that come out of it. So someone's been filling it up full of, look in there.
Which we knew about that.
Yeah.
But we didn't think it would be this big of an issue.
Big of an issue.
So there's more brown shit.
Yeah, brown shit everywhere. Look at all over that. I'm like, that's insane. So we discovered we needed to fix the cooling system.
It was fine until the trailer went on.
Yes. It's at about 75 degrees until the trailer went on.
And then the trailer made the kettle boil.
And then the kettle boiled.
Yeah.
And then we decided to replace new radiator. Nice new one from Kuya, yes.
Koyo, yeah.
Yep, Kuya radiator. All new hoses because they were all sludgy and goopy inside. Flushed the entire system. And then the mechanic, you, was staring at this lovely water pump.
Someone didn't want to pull it off.
Oh, I didn't want to pull it off.
No,
That's
no,
another one,
come on.
not another job.
While you're there. The old while you're there.
While you're there. So we did pull it off. And have a look at that.
Pretty nasty. Pretty nasty cavitation being happening.
Yeah, look at those blades. Look like a saw on top there. And luckily, the back plate, whatever you call that,
the timing cover.
Yeah. No pitting.
Yeah.
No pitting at all. So that was a win out of the whole situation.
Yeah.
So we went down to what are they called?
JPC.
And got one of their fantastic pumps. So we whizzed down there yesterday to Melbourne. Grab that, slap that on. That's a nice, looks like a sort of a machined up brass, I guess, impellant.
Yeah.
Nice big impellant.
Looks pretty flash.
Slap that on.
And change the cap. Put a
Oh yes,
16-pound cap instead of a 13. Just so the high pressure raises the boiling temperature.
Yep. Raise that, and we discovered there's a little bleeding nipple back there, didn't we, on the hoses?
Yeah, well,
I don't know if you can
that's
see
what-
that just there.
That's what we think it is. But
Yeah. Well, we're going to go with that.
Yeah, we'll bleed it out there and make sure there's no airlocks in it. But
Yeah. Some nice coolant,
yeah,
and we reckon
should be good.
should be good. So we're going to go for a test drive once we do all this, of course.
And the trailer.
Yeah.
The trailer
Probably
is
2 ton.
it's that. It probably looks
Not the
small
little
from
blue
here.
one, the big
no,
blue
the
one.
big blue one. That's what it was pulling that made it get hot.
It's pulling a lot of weight. It's working hard. And then with a poor cooling system, it's all compounded. So anyway,
Yeah.
that's where we're at. Next part's test it all out, and hopefully we're all good.
crossed.
Fingers crossed. If I keep Louise working and I just stand here and hold this, I reckon it's pretty good.
I can't
Yeah,
guarantee the workmanship though.
That does worry you a bit, doesn't it?
Thanks.
Oh well, we should get back to work so you can
Finish her off.
attempt 2 at getting to Toowoomba.
It's attempt 2 to get to Toowoomba. And we didn't get far. It was only an hour down the road last time.
Yeah.
Anyway, better an hour than 6 hours.
Yeah.
And then
Trying
have
to get
come
it back with
Yeah.
that would have been a pain.
It would have been horrible.
Yeah. But then once you unhooked the trailer and drove it back from where you were, it was fine again.
It's back to 75 degrees.
Yeah.
Where before it was hitting 110. So
Yeah. You put the trailer on and it says
I don't like
no.
you.
Yeah.
It's off.
I'm not happy with
So, that's the story so far.
Yeah.
After repairing the flat tyre on the trailer, we're actually finally going to do a test drive up through Dookie Hills and see whether or not it overheats, which would be really, really handy if it doesn't.
After an hour's test drive, pulling the loaded trailer, everything looked really good and confidence was high again.
Well guys, we're just on the outskirts of Forbes, New South Wales. As you probably, if you've been following this, we've had the motor partially rebuilt. New head, complete new head gasket, new bolts, new pistons, new rings, new bearings, and we headed off the other day and she started overheating and really didn't know what was going on, but it was just zinging up in temps. So we've turned around, went back to Shep, saw the mechanic. He thought the cooling system was full of crap and not real flash. We did a retension on the head bolts and they all were locked down tight, so he initially thought it had lifted the head, and then because the bolts were all down tight and there was nothing there, he thought, nah, she's right there. Cooling system might be letting it down, so we replaced radiators, hoses, new pump, all the bits and pieces, new thermostat, you name it. Headed off again and started doing the same sort of problem again. Only did it though when you slowed down. Driving along, sat beautiful. Didn't miss a beat, sat about 72 degrees. Pull up and it'd push out 2 or 3 litres. So he thought again, air in the system. So we tried bleeding and blah 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 and kept driving, only to get up here to where now she blew out 6 litres of water and is now bubbling in the overflows. So we're dead in the water. So now we've got to work out plan B, I guess. See if get this to a mechanic. Joys of a TD, I guess.
And apologies too, because we're right beside a highway where there's just constant trucks going past. And they're really noisy. So if you have trouble hearing, we apologise. Alright, anyway, that's where we're at the moment.
Unfortunately, Paddy wasn't going anywhere, stranded just outside of Forbes, New South Wales. A tilt truck was needed to get Paddy to a safer location in town. We'd like to take this moment to give a big thanks to Matt at Cavill's Performance for going above and beyond. He was able to answer phone calls to help us out late at night after hours, providing us with tips to keep going. However, Paddy just had other plans.
And hill too, which probably helps. Whoa.
Quick update on the patrol guys. It's now morning, so we got in a bit late last night, and a shout out to these guys here, Forbes Automotive Services. As we were broken down just out of town, tow truck brought us here. These guys here stayed open past shut-in time to allow us to bring the car in for them to check it out and see what's going on. They also allowed us to store our trailer out the back, so a big shout out to these fellas. They went above and beyond for us, so really good. So Paddy's going to be here, I'd say, for probably a few weeks now, so we're going to continue on and head on up to Toowoomba, leaving Paddy here, and they'll give us a call once they've diagnosed what's going on. But anyway, that's where we're at. We're going to head to Toowoomba, coffee, get the hell out of here. It's been a very long trip.
Next time on Rigs on Rigs, does Paddy finally make it home, or is she staying in New South Wales? Coming soon, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a thing.